The opposition has seized on reports that in an apparent rebuke to Immigration Minister Chris Bowen, a Cabinet subcommittee will decide on future deals to allow large mining projects to import foreign workers. There's been no comment tonight from either Mr Bowen or the Prime Minister about the reports, but they'll feed into another round of infighting within Labor over what seems to be another botched policy announcement. Political correspondent Tom Iggulden has more from Canberra.
The Prime Minister's being reminded almost everywhere of the pitfalls that surround her journey through the leadership. Even an innocuous visit from the Thai Prime Minister brought embattled Speaker Peter Slipper out from hiding. Elsewhere, the opposition seizing on Fair Work Australia's testimony being given to a Senate Estimates Committee about Craig Thomson.
Today, the Privileges Committee will have before it a whole further tranche of evidence confirming that Mr Thomson misled the House of Representatives in his statement.
But the most damaging blows inflicted on the government today came from the government. Caucus tensions over a plan to import foreign workers to build major resource projects have bubbled over. After Friday's revelation, the first beneficiary would be Australia's richest woman, Gina Rinehart.
You could drive a 747 Airbus through the policy in terms of protections for workers.
Even voices on Labor's right say the scheme works against Australian workers.
If we pay people enough, they will come and these projects will be built. If this takes another year or two, then frankly, so what?
The opposition smelling more blood in Labor's leadership waters.
The faceless men are gathering around the Prime Minister.
Even as Julia Gillard's ministers bat away the inevitable questions.
Did you support Julia Gillard?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Do you believe there's any leadership challenge at the moment?
No.
But this issue is about much more than unease in Labor ranks about foreign workers. Immigration Minister Chris Bowen announced it just as the Prime Minister was meeting unionists.
What does it say about the Prime Minister's authority that she was, according to her own version of events, kept in the dark on this announcement until it was too late?
Well, obviously there were some communication issues about the exact announcement.
Mr Bowen crossed swords with Julia Gillard in Cabinet last year and backed Kelvin in March's leadership spill. Today he was fending off opposition questions about when he told Julia Gillard he'd approved last week's deal with Gina Rinehart.
The arrangement with Roy Hill was not struck until later that week. The detailed brief was provided to the Prime Minister's office early in the week of the 21st of May.
Nonetheless, Mr Bowen's reportedly been relieved of his control over decisions to grant deals like the one with Gina Rinehart. A new Cabinet subcommittee's apparently being considered as the final arbiter.
We see a Minister for Immigration and a Prime Minister at complete odds with one another, and a Prime Minister now who's decided to bench her Minister for Immigration when a year ago she wanted him to run the whole program.
The opposition's also seized on media reports that the Prime Minister told unions she was uncomfortable about the plan.
We just want a straight answer from the Prime Minister. Does she support it?
Deputy Leader of the Opposition. Straight up, I support Australian jobs, and the Roy Hill agreement will help us create Australian jobs. That's a good thing.
Does she support the agreement lock, stock and barrel, including the employment of up to 1,700 foreign workers?
The Prime Minister provided an exhaustive list of what the plan was about before getting to the point.
Is about this agreement for up to 1,715 foreign workers, and it has my support.
After the Treasurer's public war of words with Gina Rinehart, the opposition's also asking where he stands on the deal.
It goes to how the Treasurer can reconcile his attacks on Gina Rinehart with his mates doing a deal with her.
Sydney.
We can have a disagreement with her about that and still put in place a set of policies which grow our economy and spread jobs to every corner of our society.
Both the Prime Minister's office and Chris Bowen's office have offered a no comment on reports of the Cabinet subcommittee. Still, yet another free kick to the opposition is the last thing Julia Gillard needs at this point in her leadership. Tom Iggulden, Lateline.